out.
So as Rajiv said, we aren't getting any confirmations from the industry yet. No confirmations from any of his colleagues or collaborators. We are purely going by what the police are saying currently, and details are still emerging. Preliminary details that he was found hanging in his Bandra apartment, and yes, as you mentioned, that his health had placed the call to the police.
Okay, and Shilpa, I was just trying to get in a word from Rajiv as well on this, but any of his family members or near and dear ones, anything that you have heard, any member of the family or close friends who was in touch with him?
Nobody has confirmed
Okay.
the news yet at all. This is a very, very recent development. Nobody has confirmed the news. It's a completely developing story, and we're going by the police sources for now.
All right, so those are the details that Shilpa Ratnam is getting us for now. So these are all the details preliminary we're getting right now. A final autopsy will be done by the authorities. They will give us more details, official details about the cause of death, but the preliminary details from the police station are telling us that he committed suicide. Prima facie, that is what it looks like. Rajiv Masand, Shilpa Ratnam getting us all the very important details on the story. Rajiv, you know, it is sad as a fan as well, because I love the way he performed. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, that film clearly was one of the movies that is etched in my mind. A young talent, breaking stereotypes about how a leading actor should be, gone too soon. Rajiv, if you can hear me.
Yes. Sorry. No, you blanked out. If you could repeat the question, I'm sorry.
I was talking to you about the fact that he was this young man who had come into this industry, breaking stereotypes about how a leading actor should be, gone too soon.
That's right. It's absolutely gone too soon. And you know, when he made his debut in Kai Poche, he was an actor who was coming from a very successful television background, a very successful innings. And you know, he was very clear that he wanted to expand his range. He wanted opportunities that television, you know, that he had, in a sense, you know, done the best that he could on television. He got this opportunity to be in Kai Poche. He was someone who was very successful in television, and yet he took an ensemble film to make his debut in. And you know, and since then, the work that he picked was it wasn't your hero material. It wasn't. I mean, you know, apart from the occasional film, I mean, most of the work was stories. You know, they were interesting stories. Whether it was MS Dhoni, whether it was Shuddh Desi Romance, which was a film that he did after Shahid Kapoor, you know, dropped out of that film. I mean, these were unlikely choices. And you know, apart from the choices, also just you know, the opportunities that I had to speak with him. The year that he performed MS Dhoni, he was on our actors roundtable. He was sitting there with Ranbir Kapoor and Shahid Kapoor and Amitabh Bachchan, and you know, and I remember Amitabh Bachchan, if you can, you know, if we can source that clip, I remember Amitabh Bachchan asking him about the manner in which he you know, he not only duplicated and you know, channeled MS Dhoni in the drama scenes, but in the cricket portions. I mean, he actually played, his shots were absolutely mirroring the shots of MS Dhoni in the various matches. And I remember, you know, Sushant talking about the discipline and just the manner in which he studied MS Dhoni's moves and you know, tried to kind of replicate them on screen. So he was an actor who took his craft very seriously. He was not, I mean, you know, there are many actors who are in it for glamour and in it for fame and in it for, you know, every other reason but to hone their own craft and their skill, or because they love acting. And that was not, you know, Sushant was one of those who loved acting. He loved creating parts. He loved getting into the skin of characters. And this is just, you know, and nothing until now ever suggested that here was a person who was troubled.